This is Kevin, Gamertag Mantle, and I'm going to start you guys off with a quick little clip. That's the only good thing I did in this game, but I'm going to get a pretty close. I'm going to call it a triple kill. We'll call it a triple kill up here. I was running away from this first guy kill, around back, circle around, get him and his buddy, and knife. I think that's good enough to get a triple kill, and with the Spectre no less. So here's the actual gameplay I'm bringing you, a PM63 on drive-in. I think this is special for two reasons, because I do good with the PM63 and because it's one of the few games I've done well on drive-in. Although, I did have an awesome game on drive-in right before this one, which I wanted to record because it was with the Spaz 12, but there was 3 host migrations in the game, so it really didn't pan out, and I didn't feel like trying to hack it all together. Plus, half the team keeps dropping out every time, so there's a lot of running around trying to find the people. I guess it was like 17 and something, but I got to dogs with the Spaz, but it's mostly running around trying to find like the 3 people who are playing. We get the Blackbirds, and it's just, a race to who can find a red triangle first. Whereas this one has a little more action throughout the game. And there are going to be a couple of times where I make poor decisions on a map because I forget about how the map works, how stuff's connected, and just being there. For some reason I thought that was my teammate, and the guy I was shooting at was the bad guy, but I had those backwards. So disappointing, but those things happen. Now this life I'm going to spend a lot of time in their spawn. I'm going to avenge my teammate, then we're going to cap C. And running around trying to find people, but I don't actually get a whole lot done in this one. And using the PM63, I use the extended mags because I don't really like a lot of the limits that the magazine size puts on the guns. Here I know I'm stuck in that spot, so I was hoping I'd be able to run through the napalm fast enough that it wouldn't kill me, but I wasn't going to wait in the back till for fuck ever when I could actually run around and actually get involved in the game again, so I didn't really mind. And here I'm paying a lot of attention to the radar because I don't want to get into these. There's lots of areas of long lines of sight, and I don't want to get into any of those with this gun, or really, pretty much any of the submachine guns. You're really putting yourself at a disadvantage. And you have to be really on target and burst firing really well to be able to pull that off. I think a couple of times in this game I ended up sneaking up behind these bad guys while they're shooting my friends, which is always a fun way to get kills. Like right there, see, it's because it's a submachine gun, it loses its damage too quickly over distance. I'm not going to be able to get that guy if he stays there, and a lot of times, like, I'll try that with the submachine gun and he'll pick me off just because his gun's better at range. There I make a stupid mistake and expose my back to a bad guy who I knew was there. I guess I just thought I could get the best of him, or get his buddy fast enough before he came through there, but it really wasn't going to happen. I don't know why I decided to do that. But I'm pretty sure this is where I get my streak going. And I'm going to do it sitting in this building, which is in their spawn. And this is one of the situations where, like, some of my other videos, people are like, I don't know how you can sit in a place for that long. Sometimes I put myself in a position where you don't really have the ability to get out. And I don't know like where the bad guys are. I know they're spawning all around me, so I don't want to expose my back to them too quickly. Here, so now I've got 2 good guns. So I've got the PM63. I don't know. I guess nobody else would call the PM63 a good gun, and the FAMAS. So that's always a nice thing to have. Plus, I have steady aim, so both of those guns hip fire really well. So that's a nice benefit. There, I got that last guy by sound whoring and picked him up. Knew he was coming at me. And there I knew that guy because he blew up my claymore. And I probably could have finished him off with what was left in the FAMAS, but that's why it's always nice to have 2 guns with full things of ammo. Plus I got scavengers, so they're both going to stay full. There I heard that guy and saw his shadow, so I knew he was coming in, and I knew exactly when he was coming in, so I could be firing before he got at me. So here's a really good spot, at least against these guys it was, because they're going to be spawning right behind that fenced area, or they're going to be spawning farther behind A, but they're going to have a tendency to run to the side, and you get to watch them as they come around that corner, or they'll be spawning behind the trailer. Either way, you get to watch the corner that they're coming around, and you have lots of cover, and it takes almost no time to back up and get behind the walls and into safety So here you got the Blackbird, which is always nice, especially with short-range weapons. So now I'm going to be a lot more aggressive and pick up some kills, because I love running around with my guns. And I've got the chopper gunner again, which goes fairly well in this one. Here I run right through A. I don't want to 3-cap and mess everything up, even though we have a Blackbird, so it's not going to be too bad. There, thank you, Blackbird. So I knew he was coming, so I'm pre-firing as I round that corner, which is really the way to go when you round somebody on a corner. Here I really thought that guy in second chance was going to kill me. Thankfully he does not, but I really thought second chance was going to cut my streak short, which they tend to do. And here in this, I don't know why people seem to like to go up top of this building so much, especially for their bad guys. Here I almost get myself killed playing with tomahawks, but thankfully I don't, and I come around that corner firing more on target than that dude was. Yeah, the motion sensor would have gave him away my position, and he almost got me because I was trying to throw the tomahawk, which is probably one of the best ways to kill people in my book. It's just so much fun. But there are a lot of risks. There's one earlier, in a different game, I threw a tomahawk at a guy just standing still. I had the red target on it too, and he was not playing, so it was like no problem. And it ended up bouncing between his legs and missed him. But thankfully he wasn't playing, so I got to kill him anyways. Here we've lost the Blackbird, so I'm just kind of running around. Here I'm going to go onto the ski balls to call in my helicopter, which I found when I killed some guy there, and I decided was a really good spot. Like, if nobody knows you're there, they're not going to be looking into that building. Chances are they're not even going to go to that building in Dominations. It's just not really important to how to play the game. Here's some chopper gunner footage. I forgot to speed it up, but it doesn't last too long anyways. They're pretty quick on shooting it down. But for a chopper gunner that gets shot down this fast, I do a pretty good amount of work. Like 5 kills there. Not amazing, but not bad at all either. I'm usually happy with something like that. Plus, now our team has them 3-capped, and somebody else put up a Blackbird. So here I'm going to end my streak. There we pass each other, and then I just come off like a boss and shoot this guy hip firing, but his buddy up there got me. I probably should have went and got the guy who killed me first, and then I would have been able to take that other guy when he came up the ladder or ran down the stairs and gotten into a better position. There's one of the biggest mistakes I still make on drive-in, is I forget there's that window in that building that looks over the side of B, and I leave myself exposed to that a lot just because I forget it exists. But the rest of the game isn't going to be anywhere near as awesome. I mean, I do get some more kills, but no more big streak. Pretty much just one of those games where you just go on a huge streak in the middle and you're like, you just feel really good, especially with a gun like the PM63 or really any of the submachine guns. When I go on a streak, I feel pretty badass about it because you're really hindering yourself compared to everybody else. I don't know what's going up this next kill. I don't know what's going on with this guy up here, if he's a moron or what, but he had the motion sensor. He knew I was up there. He didn't shoot me, and I just owned him hard. It was pretty great. So right here, I'm in their spawn, so I think what I've done is I forced them out of the C spawn. I don't really know the map well enough, so now they're all spawning right in here in this window. So I get all cocky about getting this guy, and his buddy kills me from behind, and there's a guy in the trailer park shooting me as well. But that's the end of the game. I go 27-7. Not too great on the captures and defends, but some days you're better at that than others.